Season 6 of our Dynasty Daze series here at Iowa State is about to get underway, and I just want to take a quick second to thank all of you for the support with this series so far. It's been a ton of fun for me. Watching the Cyclones grow and blossom into a true contender has been one of the true thrills of my time here on this platform so far. Now, some of you might remember Alabama beat us not only once, but twice last season, so we decided what better way than to go into the Lion's Den itself, go on down the Tuscaloosa here, and start ourselves off with one hell of a challenge to open the brand new season. Here early, you can see we fall down by 7. We then make a crucial turnover there. They end up converting that into yet another good play right there. On 4th and goal, they are able to get a touchdown, and that is crushing. Down 14-0 here early. We've got our work cut out for us. This is starting to look like the game in last year's college football playoff, if you ask me. Now Plummer's Crack taking it himself here, takes it on in, shows you what that man can do with his legs. I mean, this guy is just an unstoppable force on the ground. Alabama does bounce back with a field goal there before the end of the half, but here early in the second half, we're going to get a great looking option play. Plummer's Crack drops it off to Carl Winslow. We got a full-on preview of what this guy is capable of last season, but this season he is doing his best to take it to the next level. Speaking of taking it to the next level, what a beautiful looking run right here. Cuts that one back up the middle, finds some extra yardage, lines it up for our kicker who punches this one home, and now we've got a 17-17 game here in the fourth quarter. A nice touchdown pass by Alabama puts them back in the lead for the time being, but Forrest Clean gets a huge 4th down conversion, followed up by this touchdown that he'd punch in for us as well. Nice job, Mr. Clean. Way to get it done. We make a huge decision here to risk it all and go for 2, but it pays off tremendously, and here on their last play of the game, Alabama needs to get this in field goal range, but with no time left on the clock, we get the big W and finally overcome one of our biggest obstacles yet, getting that win against the Rolling Tide. Gotta love it. What a way to get revenge here. Sweet, sweet revenge early in the season. Speaking of revenge, we're out for it here against Iowa this year. You might have remembered that they took the lead back in the Cyhawk series last season. They are officially now up 3-2 in the season series since Coach Frank has arrived here at Iowa State. We do get to work early with a nice field goal, but guess what? The Hawkeyes waste no time taking that huge run down the field, giving themselves the lead for the first time here today. Now it's going to be Carl Winslow towards the end of the first quarter on an option play. We saw him do that once in the first game, going to do it here in game number 2 as well. However, the Hawkeyes are dominant on the ground. You see this display that they're putting on. Tommy Ramsey with a beautiful running play right there. Give him all of the credit. Speaking of beautiful running plays, this man Carl's kind of known for those right now, and you're seeing him, like I said, just absolutely put it on full display for you right here, right now. They do bounce back, however, with another big run of their own, and Joey Adams is the culprit that time. This is absolutely unbelievable. So many yards on the ground, and hey, why not get some more with the return man right here? Goro Akechi. I mean, there is running, and more running in this game. Ramsey throws a man to the ground here, but we do get a big hit. It's going to be our guy Powell coming in, scooping this thing on up. Can he take it all the way back to the house, though? Yes, he can. What a play right there. What a return. That puts us up now by 17, and you got to feel good about where we're at in this moment in time. Another strip here shortly before the halftime whistle. Can we convert it into points, though, on 3rd and 1 here? Looking in the back of the end zone, it's going to be Michael Jordan. What a grab, and folks, we are blowing this Hawkeyes team out right now. They have no hope in the world. Beef Tip just burning his defenders out here. I mean, he just ran right past everybody on that Hawkeyes defense. We do end up tacking on another field goal here. Iowa would respond with a fairly meaningless touchdown on the ground. Carl Winslow continues to add to his total on the day with a nice 2-yard run there as well. This score is about as lopsided as you'll see this entire season. Carl, guess what? He's still not done. Winslow getting more points on the board, folks. What a win. That's how you take back that Cyhawk trophy and make an early statement victory here in the season. 200 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns on the ground. What a day for that man, Carl Winslow. Now we're going up against Minnesota here, folks. This should be a fun one, of course. Your Golden Gophers, you know, they're at 1-1 right now, and they get off to an early start with a beautiful rushing play right here from Antoine Fisher, 35 yards to the house. Well done, and some great blocking on that play. However, our secret weapon, or maybe not so secret weapon at this point, Goro Akechi, they watched the film on him, but it didn't do anything because this special teams unit clearly did not come in fully prepared for what this man is capable of doing on the football field. They would respond, however, However, though, and again, it's going to be Antoine Fisher with his second touchdown of the day. Now we're going to get a chance to air this thing on out, but can we connect? No, they're actually going to make a brilliant interception, so give the Golden Gophers a little bit of credit here. This team might not be the powerhouse that we faced here to start the season like Alabama, but they are giving us one hell of an effort, man, right off the jump. After converting a touchdown on that long pass play to Ryan Mays, we do give them the ball back, and with an opportunity to add some more points before halftime, looks like they're determined to do so. That was until our defense came in, and Weird Fishes hops on the ball, gets us the possession back here. We're going to have one chance to score before halftime. We take full advantage of it with that 36-yard bomb to El Chapo Guzman. Now about almost midway through the third quarter, Minnesota is able to tack on 3 more points here and make it a 10-point game, but that was only temporary because you know Carl Winslow is hungry for more touchdowns. They do get 3 more. They're up by 6 here, but in the fourth quarter, we have a chance to take this lead, and it looks like it's going to be Michael Jordan who steps on up and makes a nice 4-yard reception. Antoine Fisher would get the ball here with a chance to do something on 3rd and goal, but they are stopped short, forced to settle for a field goal once again here, and that was crucial for our defense here in the second half. Carl Winslow now trying to help us set up a field goal of our own with a couple nice rushes here. We have 1 timeout remaining, so we're going to get as close as we can, send out that special teams unit, and the kicker nails it right through the middle of the uprights, folks, and with no time remaining on the clock, that's going to be our 3rd consecutive win here to start season 6. Man, this Cyclones team is feeling good right now. For our next game, we are going to go on the road, folks, venturing down to visit Texas Tech. This should be a fun one here. We're number 2 in the nation. You love to see that ranking going up as we go game by game. However, Texas Tech is 4-0, and here after we get our first touchdown with backup running back Forrest Clean, they respond with a nice rushing touchdown of their own. Harry Mudd here on a big 3rd and 4 play does a good job to get this one down almost all the way to the 30-yard line. We end up converting it here on this next play. You'll see what Plummer's Crack can do because the guy just always knows how to find that open receiver. Even when he's running the wrong direction, somehow finds a way to complete that pass. Unbelievable play. On defense here, it's going to be Douglas Havoc jumping right in front of the intended wide receiver, cutting that route off short. What a beautiful play. Speaking of beautiful plays, Carl Winslow was supposed to take this to the right side of the field. Instead, he makes an aggressive decision and swings it back to the left, ends up getting us a ton of yardage out of a beautiful rushing play right there. Plummer's Crack, you've seen him roll out to the left here before, does it once again, and it results in a touchdown once again. Up by 14 here early, led by this powerful offense we've built. You love to see it. Speaking of making powerful plays, El Chapo Guzman now getting downfield here, taking that one inside the red zone. Nice job by him. Can we get a touchdown out of this series, though? It's going to be Harry Mudd to convert that, and folks, just like that, we are dominating this game here against the Red Raiders. Carl Winslow gets the pitch on that nice-looking play right there, converts the option play into a touchdown. They'd come back and have to settle for a field goal of their own, but field goals ain't going to get them back in this competition. Winslow now going down the sidelines. I mean, this guy is a freaking walking highlight reel at this point. 73 yards to the house. I mean, come on. Even Size out here boogieing, dancing, loving it. I mean, you can't blame the guy. And now you got Goro Akechi here on punt return. We've seen this guy's potential all season long, and once again, it's going to be on display here. You don't see a lot of return men who can produce plays like this, but somehow, some way, he takes it all the way back for 6 on that 58-yard punt return. Late in the game, Texas Tech would chip in with one more rushing touchdown, but it wouldn't mean much of anything, and a big win here on the road. Carl Winslow, 16 rushes, 244 yards on the ground, and 3 touchdowns to boot. You know, this West Virginia team has always been tricky for us to beat. Last year was the first time in the regular season we actually took them out, you might recall, and now we're trying to do it again here for the 2nd consecutive season. However, with one-handed catches like that from Trey Moore, you got to wonder if maybe we are just not due to get this done here today. But that's okay. We do come back with a nice field goal of our own. However, they would respond very quickly with another touchdown on the ground. Speaking of touchdowns on the ground, Plummer's Crack seems to be the expert when it comes to those, even though he's our quarterback. The guy is such a dual threat when he has the ball in his hands. A little bit of sloppy defense right here. Sloppy tackling results in a nice big run from running back Tim King. So really, I mean, these West Virginia fans that are watching this game got to be pretty stoked right now, but that was until they decided to kick the ball to Goro Akechi. What are you doing? You can't do that. You know it's a cardinal sin. We saw it last season. We're seeing it again this season. The guy is absolutely sensational on that special teams return unit. Beef tip here on a nice looking curl route gets us all the way down to the 1-yard line. Carl Winslow caps it on off with a short run, and just like that, we are back to within 1 score. Here, midway through the third quarter, they do end up up tacking on 3 more points. We are now down by a full touchdown, but if Plumber's Crack can find one of his guys, he can really help us on out. It's going to be El Chapo Guzman outruns the coverage and goes right past every defender on that Mountaineer side of the ball. Now it's going to be Michael Jordan spinning off his defender, jumping on in. What a play, and our wide receivers are taking over at the best possible point in this matchup. A nice stop right there by RD gets us the W, and what a win here in front of those home crowd fans. You love to see it, folks. We're back here on the road this week for a big-time game against the 1-4 Aggies, but Texas A&M ain't thinking about their record right now. They're just thinking about pulling off the big-time upset victory here today. Matt Griffin with a great-looking touchdown right there on the option play, 24 yards to the end zone. Give that man some credit, really helping his team out here early. Speaking about players who help their team out, this man Carl Winslow puts the entire squad on his back week after week, and here early in this one, no surprise, the guy continues to make it happen. However, Texas A&M drives right back down the field, caps off the drive with a nice-looking touchdown there to Steve Austin. No, not that Steve Austin. This is the other Steve Austin, folks. Whenever you see Goro Akechi now here getting these kick returns, you know that means one thing. The man's going to take it back to the house, and he's going to do it oh so well. 104 yards on the long return from our guy Goro. The Cyclones were able to get the ball back here with under a minute to go in the first half, and on a crazy-looking flea flicker from about the 5-yard line, we end up actually converting it into a touchdown. Who would have thought? In the third quarter, both teams would make a risky decision to go for it on 4th down and field goal range, and neither of those decisions paid off, but now it's time to turn it up with that man, Carl Winslow. Yes, this is his time to shine, folks. We are getting near the end of the game here. That Texas A&M defense is starting to breathe a little bit harder, and Carl is just running past every single one of those Aggies defenders. Not really sure how this pitch got through, but once again, you're seeing this is Carl Winslow's universe. Everybody else is just living in it. Oh, man. I mean, can Texas A&M even come back at this point? Yeah, they do get a late touchdown here, but that's more of a pity tutty than anything. Carl would tack on yet another touchdown on the day. 25 carries, 212 yards, 4 touchdowns. If this guy ain't in the Heisman conversation already, I don't know who is. Now we've got BYU coming here to Iowa State to visit us in beautiful Ames on an absolutely gorgeous day. They do get on the board here first with a field goal, but field goals ain't going to get them no dubs, that's for sure. We fast forward to the second quarter here. Plumber's Crack rolls out. Can he find his receiver downfield? Oh boy, he does, and Beef Tip with an absolutely beautiful play right there for the 52-yard touchdown reception. Here on 3rd and 1, they would end up getting a big conversion from their running back, Joe Andrews. Nice play by him, setting up what would eventually be a chance for them to score, but it's Pickle Rick coming over, making the goal line tackle, and after a false start penalty on the following play, they'd be forced to settle for a field goal here once again. You know here on the kickoff what this means, folks. Whenever the man Goro Akechi gets his hands on the ball, something special is bound to happen, and no surprise here once again continues to show you why he is that Johnny Rodgers reigning award winner from last season. Now it's going to be interesting to see in the second half if BYU can make a run at this thing. A nice play by the Cougars to open things up here. Can our defense make the stop, though, before they get this into the end zone? We do slow them down just outside of the 20-yard line, but here on 1st and goal, they would end up finding their receiver. A tight window to fit that ball in there, but nice catch by Lamar Williams. I assure you, folks, this is not a replay from earlier in the game. This is just Goro Akechi doing what he does best, putting his talents on full display. When will this man get a chance to do this on offense? I know Carl Winslow is our lead running back, but man, the idea of having Goro being able to make plays like that from the running back position has to get you a little bit excited. We do get a nice play right there, but unfortunately they're able to recover the fumble, and then they turn it right into 7 points here with that nice Joe Andrews 7-yard run. Carl Winslow would get denied here on 3rd and goal, so we go for it on 4th, and Carl won't be denied twice, can't be denied twice, but BYU bounces back quickly, marches right down the field. We almost get an interception from DB Sean Christian right there, but unfortunately couldn't wrangle that one. Now it's going to be on our defense to come up and make the play here on this screen pass that does not work out. Kind of a conservative call from BYU right there, and they might live to regret that decision. Now it's going to be Carl Winslow trying to salt away this game just like he does most weeks for us. Carl once again here into the end zone. Man, this guy is just a freaking machine. What can't he do at this point? I just don't know. Another fumble, and this one's going to bounce out here to the right side of the field. It's going to be Powell to jump on this thing, and what a big time to get our first turnover of the day. Carl Winslow would convert it into yet another touchdown on the ground here today, and who can blame the man for celebrating? The Cyclones still have not lost a game here yet, folks, and we are feeling great going into a prime time matchup here against number 8 Oklahoma. As you know, the Sooners are always a tough matchup. They never give you an easy battle, and here at 6 6-2, man, they have been having one heck of a start to their season as well. However, Michael Jordan gets to work early for us, takes that one up near midfield. A couple plays later, Carl Winslow would end up punching this thing in for the touchdown. Well done, Carl. The man at this point, his Heisman resume is getting all types of beefed up. At some point, it has to be obvious that the committee is viewing this man as the clear front runner for that award. Now it's going to be Cedric Skinner here, waiting for his guy to get open, and Josh Allen, no, not that Josh Allen, the other Josh Allen in the back of the end zone making a nice grab right there for Oklahoma. Michael Jordan chipping in with yet another catch, ends up helping us set up this field goal towards the end of the third quarter. Now it's going to be Skinner finding his guy downfield. Big first down conversion there. Can they get the touchdown out of this one? And yes, they can. What a play right there to Michael Dawson. A well-run route, a well-thrown ball, and Oklahoma is officially up by 4 here in the fourth quarter. That wouldn't last long, however, because look who it is. Oh, I bet you can guess. Carl Winslow with a huge touchdown. Now it's going to be Felix Doc Blanchard jumping in front of that ball right there. He read that route all the way from outer space, and a couple plays later here, it's going to be Carl Winslow converting it into yet another touchdown on the day. Now Oklahoma is in desperation mode here, down by 10 with under a minute to go. They're not going to be able to convert that first down. We get the big time win, folks, and your Iowa State Cyclones now improved to 8-0 here in season number 6 under Coach Frank O'Reilly. Well, that'll do it for the first portion of Season 6 here at Iowa State. I want to thank you guys, as always, for tuning on in, taking time out of your day to come in here and support. If you want to leave a like or drop a comment, you know we appreciate the heck out of that. You can also subscribe to our page. That helps us continue to keep growing the channel as well. I do stream on Twitch Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. and Sunday nights at 5 p.m. So if you like college football or just sports in general, come on through sometime and join us. We'd love to have you there. All that being said, until we see you here for the conclusion of Season 6, class is in session. Take care, everybody, and have a great day.